Hi guys, welcome. I'm Arjen, and in this webinar I would like to tell you how you can start your career as a dentist in the Netherlands. Last few days I've received several questions from you, what you would like to know about how you can start your career as a dentist in the Netherlands here. And therefore I've made a PowerPoint presentation, a few slides with a few subjects what I would like to discuss with you. So let's go to the index, what I would like to discuss in this webinar. As you can see, first an introduction, well, I just did. Next, we will speak about why the Netherlands. So why is it an interesting country maybe to go to? Furthermore, we will speak about the language exam. I've received several questions about that subject. Also, I will speak about the BGB program, in which I will explain something more about the way how we help dentists to come to the Netherlands and to guide them in the whole process. And finally, also the next steps, which you could consider if you would like to continue with your relocation to the Netherlands. And also, you will find also my contact details at the end of this webinar. So first, why the Netherlands? The Netherlands is a country what is known right now also for a couple of years already because of a shortage of dentists. The Netherlands is already facing this shortage of dentists for a couple of years. That's because we simply don't have enough graduates every year that will finish the university to fill the vacancies. Also, furthermore, we see that a lot of dentists, female dentists, prefer to work part-time, also to take care also of the kids. And also we see a big group of older dentists who are at the point of retirement. They are looking right now for replacements in the dental clinic. And this also these three reasons, has caused a shortage of dentists in the last few years. And that's also, why we are obliged to look for dentists abroad to find out, if someone is interested to come to the Netherlands. Because, you also will find a lot of interesting job opportunities in this country. Furthermore, it's not only the shortage of dentists, why the Netherlands can be interesting, but also about dentistry. It can be an interesting country to think about. And that's also because of the fact that Holland is other word for the Netherlands. The Netherlands, Holland, is also known because of its high volume of patients and also high quality of dentistry. What I mean with that is that usually patients go twice per year to the dentist, and that's why dentists, they usually have full agendas. In these strange times where we're living in Corona times, it's a little bit less than before, but still you will have a very busy day with a lot of patients what you can attend and also can treat. And not only by doing a checkup or by only doing extraction. No, the Netherlands is a country in which you can do every treatment within the general dentistry. So not only the fillings and the normal procedure, but also crowns, bridges, endodontics, implants, because the Dutch patient expects that you, as a healthcare professional, as a healthcare expert, and knows what is the best treatment for that patient. And that's, I think, also why the Netherlands can be an interesting country to think about, because you have all the possibilities to do everything that you can within the general dentistry. Also, it's known because of its good work-life balance. And what I mean with that is that usually in the Netherlands, you work 8 hours per day. That's not, unfortunately, what you will see everywhere in the world, in Europe, where you sometimes have to work 9, 10, 11 hours per day. That's not what you will find over here in this country. You work 8 hours per day, but there's also something else than work. So you go home after a nice working day, and then you have time for yourself, for your family, for your boyfriend, girlfriend, for social activities. So that's also why the Netherlands is also known and also popular because of its work-life balance. And also what I wanted to express, it's also a country because it's very safe. And safe country, I mean with this, is that you don't have to worry about your ethnicity, sexual identity, religion. So you really can feel safe to live and to work in this country. So you won't be discriminated in this country. And that's also one of the reasons why we have seen many dentists who we have been helping in the last few years coming to the Netherlands, also because they feel comfortable in this country. Quality of life, I also have written it down in this slide because that's also what I hear quite often that people find over here. Quality of life is, of course, very is a subjective and it's very personal. But I really think that the fact that you can enjoy your work and live in a country where you feel comfortable also contributes to the quality of life. But of course, that's depends per person what someone defines about quality of life. But that's what we always hear from our dentists who are already living here and working here in this country. It's not because I speak to you, to a lot of Polish dentists at the moment, but the fact is that we really have had good experiences with dentists from Poland. Also because we see that the level of dentistry is very well what you have studied in Poland, and especially the fact that you already have normally an obligatory internship which you have to follow after graduating. And we see with all the dentists that we have been helping nowadays, and also in the last few years, that work experience is also very essential to do well in a Dutch dental clinic. And even better, of course, if you have gained more experience, you will do even better, of course, in a Dutch dental clinic. But until now, we have helped several dentists from Poland. And until now, I really can say that, we only have had good experience also with them. Very professional, you know what to do in the Dutch dental clinic, very communicative as well. And also, again, what I said before, the level of dentistry is also something what you have studied at your university in Poland. We have seen that also this is from a good level in order to perform a high level of dentistry in the Dutch dental clinic. I don't know if you already have found an article about me at our website or on Google, but 1 year ago I also wrote an article about 12 reasons why you should consider a career in the Netherlands. Already of these a few reasons what I just mentioned you can also find in that article, but you also will find some other reasons in that article as well. So feel free to also check it out when you want. And then about the Dutch language exam, because if you are right now maybe thinking about a career in the Netherlands, or always have that idea to go abroad, in the Netherlands nowadays you have to pass an obligatory Dutch language exam in order to get registered as a dentist in the Netherlands. So in other words, if you don't pass the language exam, you simply can't get registered as a healthcare provider in the Netherlands. Is that very important? Yes, because dental clinics are usually only looking for dentists who are really registered. That also shows confidence to the patient. Patients can see that you are a registered healthcare provider. So that's also why it's very important that you will in the end get your registration as dentist in the Netherlands. However, the language exam is definitely something what you really have to study hard on, because it's level B2+, not a very easy level. It's quite academic. And also it includes the normal Dutch language and also the Dutch dental vocabulary. So you really have to show as a dentist from abroad, dentist from Poland, that you are able to explain a good treatment with your patient, and that you can also express yourself well with the patient when you are working in the Dutch dental clinic. And that's also why we have been helping dentists, to learn this language and to reach that level of Dutch within a few months. Good news about that is that since a few years, we also carry the recognition of a language institute, and we are a certified language institute, which can also help you to get the required level, and also that you can pass the exam and start your registration as dentist in the Netherlands. Which brings me also to the new subject, also the BGB program, because we at BGB, we also help dentists, to leave their country and to start a new career and life in the Netherlands. And we try to do that within just a couple of months, because leaving your own country behind and starting a new country, starting a new career in a new country, there are a lot of steps to take. You have to arrange a lot of things, and we are specialized in helping you also, in this whole process. And that's also why we also will help you with all the necessary steps to make sure that you will have a good start and a good career and life here in the Netherlands. That's why our priority first lies in offering you a Dutch intensive language course. That is also, I think, one of our expertises in this program, because we already have been doing this program for quite some years. Also before there was even a language requirement, a language exam, we always had a language course in our program included, because we really think that if you go to a new country, you simply need to learn the language, not only for your integration in the Netherlands, but also to do well in a Dutch dental clinic. And it's simply the truth. And also, it also shows in the figures that people who were able to speak the language, they also make higher turnovers in the dental clinics. So that's why we always have been including a language course also into our program. But now also the fact that the Dutch government introduced the language requirements, we also simply had to adjust a few things in our program now until level B2. And that's also why every dentist would like to go to the Netherlands and also would like to do it also with us. First, we'll attend an intensive Dutch language training, which consists, as you also can read in this slide, first of 10 weeks of e-learning. So 10 weeks studying online, studying at home. So you don't have to relocate yet. You just you can study behind your computer, studying from home. To give you an idea about how that looks like, it's like an online platform in which you can make exercises, also track your progress. And also you have once per week a class with a teacher, also together with another dentist who's also in the same position also as you, also studying at the same moment. It's around 25-30 hours per week of study load. So it's definitely something to take serious, because you will see that in the first 5 weeks you will reach level A1, and that goes already quite fast. And in the other 5 weeks, you will even go to a higher level. So that's why you really have to make, to make your homework, to take this everything serious, and also, to make the assignments, to make sure that you can reach the required progress. After the 5 weeks, you will continue with a more intensive block. So that's almost like a full-time block. So something that you can't combine actually with maybe your job, what you still have maybe in the dental clinic. You really have to dedicate yourself on learning the language in those 5 weeks, because then it gets harder and harder, and also you have to learn more and more to reach again a higher level. So in fact, in the first 10 weeks, you will study at home. And in the meantime, we will also help you with finding, arranging the documents. You have to arrange some documents before also you go to the second part of the language course. But also we will help you with all the documents that you need to arrange before you go. Because as you can see, you can also see it a little bit at my pullover. The second part of the language course, you will continue that in Austria. In Seefeld, in Tyrol, because we can invite all the people to one fixed place, one hotel, what we have over there, to invite all the people to that place, and not only you, also all the other dentists can go to that place where you will study together. Also, you'll find other dentists as well, other groups as well, who are further than you, and also when you are there a few weeks, also you will see people coming after you. So it's also a very nice way of meeting new people, sharing experiences, making new friendships. And also, of course, you also will find the teachers over there. So that's why we have everything at one fixed place. Everything is all included. So you don't have to worry about making your own breakfast or lunch to make up your bed or something. No, everything is all included. You have your own private accommodation. Lunch is served, the breakfast served, the dinner is served, so that you can only dedicate totally on learning the Dutch language. In the evenings, of course, you will dedicate your time to doing homework, and also sometimes in the weekends as well. Of course, there's also some time to do some excursions and to do some sightseeing, also with your other student dentists at that moment. But we think that if you dedicate yourself a couple of weeks, so in totally 10 weeks online, and this is also 10 weeks in Austria, so in totally 20 weeks, if you dedicate yourself 20 weeks on learning the Dutch language, we have seen that that makes the best results and also gives the best results and the best chance in order to pass the Dutch language exam, right away. And that's also what we have seen in the last few years, that also our dentists have been passing as dentists already after the language course, or quite fast, because people have been dedicating themselves on learning the language in only those weeks, without any distractions as well. So that's why we see that this also gives the best result. And it's not only about the Dutch language, but it's also about, as I mentioned before, about the dental vocabulary. So how to say root canal treatment in Dutch, extraction in Dutch, implant. So it's everything what you need to know as a dentist in order to start your career as a dentist in the Dutch dental clinic, so that you feel comfortable when you start to work there after a few months. Besides all this, we also will, we have included a dental training in this program of 20 weeks. So once that you are on a required level, on a certain level of Dutch, we also will offer you a dental training by our dentist, Rita. Rita is also from Portugal and is also nowadays a colleague of us and helps us also with, one, the selection of new dentists, and also two, helping our new dentists to give them a kickstart when they go to the Netherlands. So she's also the one who will help you when you start to work in the Netherlands. If you have some questions about it, she's always available to answer those questions when you want. But she's also the one who's giving a dental training. Because of Corona, we haven't been traveling that much to the hotel lately, but that's also why, also how I'm doing it right now, also online. Through a webinar, also or through a video, in which she will tell you everything what you need to know as a dentist when you start to work in the Netherlands. So about the hierarchy in the clinic, what kind of clinics do we have, a single practice, a family practice, a dental chain, everything what you need to know about that, what kind of procedures we have, what kind of protocols, what kind of treatments you can expect when you start to work in the Netherlands. Everything is also included in that dental training. And in the last week of the language course, we will start with the exam training. So we really will train you how to make that exam and what you will have. So that's also where the final week of the course is used for. And also in the final day of the course, you will have your language exam. And I also received quite some questions also about that, about, okay, how is that exam look like? We will offer it in Austria, and again, at the final day of the language course. And actually it consists of two parts, part A and part B, like doing a presentation, writing a summary, etc. But the purpose is that, of course, that you will pass both parts, part A and part B. But if you have passed, for example, part A and you haven't passed part B, then you only have to recover part B afterwards. So you don't have to do everything all over again. So that's also what you will have at the final day of the language course. Hopefully, of course, we hope that you will pass right away. If that's not the case, then at least we will know what is your level of Dutch? So, as I said before, we are nowadays recognized as language institute. So we are also allowed to take those exams ourselves as well. But we also, we will see very well in all those weeks that you have been studying the language, we'll track your progress. We will see how good you are, where you need guidance with. So together with the teachers, we will see very well how you will be doing in that course. So hopefully with success, and you will pass that exam right away on the final day of the language course. But again, if not, then, or depending on your score, if you're very, very close of passing the other part, which you haven't passed yet, we will offer you the recovery exam, maybe already a few days later. If we see that you really need some more time to reach the required level and to have the best chance to pass that exam, then we will continue with our classes already when you will go to the Netherlands. So then you are working in the dental clinic, but in your free time, you have to know that we will keep offering you classes to make sure that you will pass that exam as soon as possible, because that's for everyone's sake. For you, you would like to be registered as soon as possible. The clinic, because they would like to have registered dentists in the clinic. And of course, also for us, because we are also known and also we have built up a reputation of delivering dentists who are able to pass that exam, of course. But in any case, it's good to know that in case that you don't pass, we won't say you have to go back to Poland again. No, we will keep helping you until also you'll pass the exam. But of course, you need to be motivated in order to learn the language, and of course, to be really motivated to pass the exam as soon as possible. Besides offering the language course, we also help you with another very important aspect, finding you a job in a Dutch dental clinic. I also received quite some questions also about this subject, about, can I choose a location where I can work? I honestly and unfortunately have to say, no, not really, because we always prefer to find the right match with your profile. It's very cliche, I know, but everyone is different. But we, if you are really interested in also in collaborating also with us or also going into our program, then I also will be the one, for example, that can make a profile about you and also with you about what kind of person as dentist you are. Are you introvert, extrovert? Do you like to work in a team? Do you like to work solo? What kind of treatments do you like the most, etc. And based on all that information, my colleagues will try to find you the best clinic that also matches with your profile. So that's why we simply can't guarantee a location, because it really can depend what kind of clinic also matches with the person and dentist who you are. Can be in the north, west, east, center, south. That's also something what we always ask, also from our dentists, to have trust in the search of finding you a good dental clinic. You also will see that when you are studying in a group and you are also together with a few other dentists, that somebody has to be the first, somebody has to be the last. But I would like to say once again, you don't have to be worried about it. You won't have a job. Everyone in the end will get a job. So you don't have to worry also about that. But that's also why, we can't guarantee a location. Of course, it's a little bit different if you already have family living somewhere, of course, or if you come with a partner who's also maybe a dentist. Logically, we can't send one to the north and the other to the south. No, we also will do that together. But usually, we always try to find the good match with the clinic where we think that you will fit the best, because that's in the end also how you can be happy in a new country. If you go every day happy to your clinic, that you like your job over there. Besides this, we also help you with your relocation and installation in the Netherlands. So once that we have found you a job, that's also what happens during the language course. It can be that maybe the dental clinic, what has a vacancy and where we think that you would fit well over here, can maybe meet you in person, face to face in Austria. Again, now with COVID, it's a little bit difficult to travel often. So usually these days we do it online like this. And then you will have a meeting with the clinic to find out if there's a nice click. Usually that's a yes. But if not, then we'll find you also a new clinic afterwards. But if everything goes well, then after finishing the language course, and have also done that exam, then in that same weekend already, usually you will go to the Netherlands. And then we have arranged in the meantime a temporary accommodation because you will first start to work in the dental clinic what we have selected for you with an internship of a few weeks, just to make sure that there's a good match again with you too, that you feel happy in the clinic, but also the clinic is also happy about you as well, so that we also can continue with that clinic. And besides that, we also will help you with everything that you will need when you start your new life in the Netherlands. So once we know for sure that you're going to stay over there in that dental clinic, we also will help you with your inscription in the Dutch municipality. You have to inscribe yourself, of course, in the Netherlands. Also, we have to arrange for you a Dutch health insurance, etc. So everything, again, what you need to arrange when you go to the Netherlands. And also, what I already have said before, you also will get help if you want, of course, by our dentist Rita. So she's always a listening ear. If you start to work in the Netherlands, she's also available to answer your questions, or if you have difficulties, what you don't know maybe, she's also the one where you can also ask your questions to. And we also will help you for a duration of 3 years. Why 3 years? Because we also think that 3 years is a nice period to really enjoy and to really, to know a country. If you do it for 1 year, then you just arrive and you almost have to pack your bags already, because your contract ends already after 1 year. But we think that 3 years is a nice period to really give yourself the time to integrate well in the Netherlands, to know the culture, to grow professionally as a dentist, and also maybe even personally as well, if that's also one of your ambitions. That's also why we think that 3 years is also a nice period for. At the same time, also what you can see also below, we also need 3 years in order to finance all the costs what we have to make for you. For you, there are no costs involved, but we also need 3 years in order to make sure that we can finance your costs at the background, because we also will do that together with the dental clinic where you will be working in. So that's also why we also need some time, 3 years, to finance all the costs what we would like to make for you, to make sure that you have a good life and career here in the Netherlands. So about the requirements, what kind of dentist are we looking for? Am I looking for? Are we looking for? Well, obviously, dentists who like to learn a new language. So that's something, what we can't ignore. If you really would like to go to the Netherlands, learning that language is simply obligatory. So that's why in my role as a recruiter, I always look to dentists who have good language skills. Logically also a good level of English, but also even better if you also have knowledge of other languages, even better. Because it's definitely possible to learn it, and also within 20 weeks time for sure, but you really need to be motivated, and you really have to dedicate your time to learn the language. And that's also why you need to have good languages. Furthermore, European degree and also European nationality. I also received quite some questions about, what if I don't have a European degree or a European nationality? Until now, unfortunately, we're only able to help dentists with European degree and European nationality, because that's also where we are specialized in, and also that is also for us the fastest way to start your registration as dentist in the Netherlands. So that's also why we're looking for European degree and European nationality. More about the next steps. Let's say you would like to know more about this, in which I have given you more information about what you can do in order to start your career in the Netherlands. Maybe you have some more questions, you have some more doubts, you would like to know more, or maybe you are listening and watching this webinar in other moments, and maybe a question pops up. If you have some questions, you can always send me an email. And if you're really interested in joining a program, then also I can invite you to a personal interview also with me. Now, of course, also online, in which we also will speak together and to find out if also maybe our program is also the right program for you as well. And also find out, if you are the right dentist also for our program. We also have nowadays, in all these years that we have been doing this program, we also have right now a Polish ambassador, and maybe several of you have maybe seen me last year in Lublin. I was also there with my colleague Rita to attend the Young Dentist Congress in Lublin, where also we met Magdalena. Magdalena is also one of our dentists who is also working here in the Netherlands, and she's also nowadays also one of our ambassadors. She was the vice president of the Young Dentist Congress last year, and she's also now working and living in the Netherlands for quite some time. So she's also an ambassador who can also maybe answer your question, what you would like to know, a conversation between two Polish dentists. I can tell it, of course, as a Dutch guy, but maybe even better sometimes if you're speaking with someone from your own country, that maybe gives also a bond and also gives a better idea about how you can see the Netherlands and if it's interesting for you or not. So if you would like also to talk with her, then first you have to come through me, maybe, because then I can also send you the contact details of Magdalena if you also would like to speak with her. Also, what you can see below, we have every year several groups starting our program. We make usually we select a few groups per year. At the moment, we are busy with selecting the group of January. They will start in January with the e-learning course. So again, 10 weeks at home, and then a few weeks after, they will go to Austria. But we also have groups starting in February, May, June, August, and October. So that's, I think, also, it's also depends on when you feel comfortable and ready to start this adventure. And also, yeah, we do it together. So there's quite some flexibility also regarding when you would like to start your career. Where can you find more information as well? Well, of course, at the website, bgbdentistry.nl, and also at our social media channels on LinkedIn, Facebook, Dental Holland. Also with BGB Dentistry, by the way, we just created an account over there. And if you would like also to contact me, again, and my email you will find also over here. And I also just made 2 QR codes where you can also connect directly also with my LinkedIn page and also Instagram page. Until so far, I hope that I have given you some more information about how you can start your career as a dentist in the Netherlands. Again, as a recap, the Netherlands is a country because of its shortage of dentists where you have, I think, very interesting job opportunities to realize professional growth over here and to find yourself in a country what is safe because of its religions, ethnicity, and also regarding sexual identity. You can feel safe in this country with a good work-life balance where you also have time for work, but also time for your private life. There's something that you have to do, that's learning the language. But by dedicating 20 weeks to learn a new language, that also think that gives the best results also to pass that exam as soon as possible. So if you would like to know more, or if you have some questions or doubts, let me know. And if you maybe also have some other questions, you can also, by the way, direct it over here and ask it over here. Question I received just from Alexandra. She asked me, do you have to know, I guess you're familiar with, after dentistry, at 12 months during internship, if that can be done in the Netherlands when you only speak English? That's a good question. I think regarding your registration as dentist in the Netherlands, the authority who will decide if you can be registered as a dentist in the Netherlands or not, I think they have 2 titles what they accept to get you registered as a dentist in the Netherlands. Like one what you have done in Poland and the one what you maybe have done without internship. I have to check that. So if you send me your curriculum, your CV, and also maybe your title in the end, then I also can look into it and find out if also you can do it in the Netherlands or in Poland. I'm not that sure about that. So please also send me then an email and I will also check it out for you. Other question I received right now is, I am both a physician and also a dentist. Is there a way to continue both my careers in the Netherlands? Thank you. I'm not sure if there is a shortage for physicians. I have to check that. So again, also like what I also said to already another person, Alexandra, Caroline, if you can also send me your profile, your CV, I can also find out if there's also shortage in your profession. So then I can find out if we can also offer you a career over here. I'm waiting for a few more questions. But if not, then I think we can also leave a like here. Again, this webinar also will be recorded. So if you're right now not available to watch it, then maybe hopefully you also will see it in other moments. Again, if something is not clear yet, or if you will have some more additional questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and then I will contact you, of course, as soon as possible. For now, as you can see, I'm also doing this webinar at home from the Netherlands. So wish you for now a good evening, and who knows, see you soon. Bye-bye.